We made it. Episode 5. 5 piece, no McNuggets. Stack show, man. Let's get into it. Questions that need answered. Best 90s R&B group. Jagged Edge or Drew Hill? Ultimate 216 show coming at you right now. What's good, people? Man, it's your host, Earl Da Pearl. Episode 5 of the Ultimate 216 show. As always, man, I appreciate your time and attention. Y'all know the vibes, how we do it here. Hashtag U216. And of course, let me know where you watching or listening from right now. Last week, man, we had somebody listening and watching in Toronto, Canada. So pull up, let me know where you watching from. Drop the hashtag U216. Got a stack show today, man. We got our first ever guest on the Ultimate 216 show. My man, Brian Tidwell, a.k.a. B Titty, is going to be joining me in about 10 minutes, man. Have some fun with him. He's going to build a 4-leg parlay for the night's NBA slate of games, so we're going to have some fun with that. As we get into it, first things first. New league year starts next Thursday, I do believe. Next Wednesday, the 13th. And the legal tampering period in the NFL starts on Monday. And if I'm being quite honest, once the franchise tags got placed on players, I kind of did a better job of assessing where I think Andrew Berry should allocate the free agency dollars at. And when you look at the wide receiver market, the free agency wide receiver market, it's not really as strong as anticipated. Mike Evans ended up re-signing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. T. Higgins got franchise tag. Michael Pittman Jr. got franchise tag. And so the best of the group right now is Calvin Ridley. And if you're not going to trade for a wide receiver, if you're going to sign a wide receiver, I don't think you should allocate big dollars to the wide receiver position, especially looking at the market. But I do think where the money should go is edge rusher. I think that it's time that you lock down a young stud to play opposite of Myles Garrett. And before we bring on B Titty, I want to talk about, I think, the big splash, quote unquote, the splash move I think Andrew Berry should make. And then a move that really probably won't cost as much. Not the biggest name out there, but a move at wide receiver that I think is a good move. And I think that if you make these two moves in free agency, I think you would do a whole lot of making improvements on both sides of the football. And I think the fan base will ultimately be happy with that. So we're going to get into that to a couple minutes. I do want to check in, see where y'all watching from. Don't forget, man, hashtag U216. And let me know where you pull it up from, man. I want to know what city, what state, all that good stuff. So to me, the very first player, the player that I think that they should throw money at edge rusher, a guy that has not really been talked about or linked to the Cleveland Browns. If you check my Twitter account, I kind of mentioned Chase Young after the franchise tags was handed out. I was huge on signing Brian Burns, but he was franchise tagged by the Carolina Panthers. The dude that I'm really, really intrigued by is the pass rusher from the Houston Texans, Johnathan Greenard. Now, Johnathan Grenard is 27 years old. He's coming off his best season as a pro. My bad, wrong slide. There it is right there. 52 tackles. He had 15 tackles for loss, and he ended up with 12 and a half sacks. Now, the thing with him that I really liked, the 12 and a half sacks, was the fact that this is a dude who had his best season of his career once the Houston Texans drafted Will Anderson Jr. He has like 23 sacks total for his career. If you go look at PFF, PFF is not the end all be all, but his PFF numbers doesn't really jump off like the charts at you. I think his pass rush PFF grade last year was 72.9, and that was 30th in the entire NFL. But this is a young dude that you could possibly lock up for the next 3 or 4 years to play opposite of Myles Garrett. And if he had a career year with 12 and a half sacks playing opposite of Will Anderson Jr., then I think he can have a better year next year if he was to line up opposite of Myles Garrett. I think another thing about him that makes it intriguing is the fact that the former defensive line coach of the Houston Texans, Jacques Cesaire, I hope I said that right, is now on the Cleveland Browns coaching staff. This is your position coach that you just had the best season of your career with. And I think that if Andrew Berry is going to make a quote unquote splash move, I think you need to go get another dominant edge rusher. Mainly because if you look at guys that play premium positions, right? We pretty much set at a lot of those positions. But I am more for bringing in Johnathan Greenard than I am attempting to re-sign Zadarius Smith. I think he's a better player than Zadarius Smith, and I think that it's about time we kind of step away from the whole, let's do these 1-year deals with a guy that's about 30, 31 years old. I just think it's time to finally lock that down full time and get somebody that's just as dominant on the opposite side. And then you can still rotate a guy like Agbo. And you can let the rest of these young cats like continue to develop, and they'll be solid rotational guys as things go forward. And so that's where I think the big money should go. I am very curious to know what y'all think about that. Here it is, Manuel Villa. Hey, Earl, fan of your work. I'm a Texas fan. I watch UCSS every day. It's going to take 18 to 22 million per year to get it done with Grenard. You know what? Even if it takes that amount of money, I think he's worth it. I honestly think he's worth it. I think that that's a dude that you really, really, you got to have. I think it's time to go get somebody that can dominate on the other side. And if I'm him, I'm going to be intrigued by it. So the next guy, the guy that I think that you can get, y'all saying it because I messed up on the graphics, still navigating this thing, but that you can get for cheap, not cheap, but you can get for, a bargain. A lot of people are skeptical on is Gabe Davis, right? Now, Gabe Davis is not everybody's first choice. And if you probably thinking if you had to sign a wide receiver in free agency, then that dude probably should be like a Calvin Ridley. I hear a guy like Marquise Brown thrown around a lot, and Marquise Brown is a deep threat target, fast as hell. But do I really want to line up another wide receiver that's about 5'8", 5'9"? I don't know about that. Me personally, I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with that. And so with that, when you look at the dude like Gabe Davis, right? Gabe Davis has been in the NFL 4 seasons. He's 25 years old. He's been inconsistent, but he's a deep threat. And I think there's a lot of untapped potential there. This is a dude who scored at least 6 touchdowns in the NFL each season of his career. And before Browns fans say, well, no, I don't want him. No, I'm cool. Listen, put this into perspective, right? In 2022, Amari Cooper had 9 touchdowns. The next highest receiver had 3. Okay. This season, we all know Amari had, I think he had 9 or 10 touchdowns. He had 5 touchdowns this year. So nobody on the Cleveland Browns scored more than 5 touchdowns this season. If you go all the way back to 2021, nobody caught more than 4 touchdowns that season. So for people who's quick to say, I don't want Gabe Davis, listen, this is a big body wide receiver that's 25 years old. That's a deep threat. By the way, Ken Dorsey is the Browns offensive coordinator. We hear all this noise about this revamped offense that's going to be a downfield passing attack. I just think it makes sense to bring in a dude who can complement Amari Cooper, possibly help, get Elijah Moore open. And then, David Njoku is going to do his thing. So these are 2 dudes that I think Andrew Berry should be looking hard at next week to try to add to this roster. Again, Johnathan Greenard, pass rusher from the Houston Texans. I think that needs to be our big splash guy. And then a guy that has a lot of upside, good value that you can get at a bargain will be Gabe Davis. And these are 2 guys that will be coming to Cleveland, paired with coaches that they are familiar with. And before we bring in our guest, man, I gotta let you know. Make sure you subscribe to the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Ring that bell. Make sure you get all the latest alerts and all that good stuff. Again, Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Make sure you subscribe. So we got our first ever guest, y'all. Our first ever guest, man. It's going to be joining me in a minute. If you're not familiar with his work, man, local Cleveland native, stand-up comedian. I think he's been in this game about 16 years. I've discovered him over the recent months because I do some FanDuel sports gambling myself, and his parlay ban list videos are hilarious. If you haven't seen it, check this out.
Gotta add a repeat offender to the parlay ban list. We gonna call you Tyrese Hallie Burnt, cause Hallie burnt all my parlays the other day. I don't know what to do with you, bro. 0 points, 0 of 7, 3 assists. You had the same amount of points as the referee. You had the same amount of points as me, and I was at home sleep. Like, what is you doing? Do you not want to hoop? Are you a fashion model? I don't know, bro. You coming in here with these long pea coats dressed like Medea. Like, bro, I don't know what to do, bro.
And you can see my man B Titty next Thursday, March 14th at the Cleveland Funny Bone. To get tickets, man, go to www.cleveland.funnybone.com. Hey, bro, first of all, I'm happy to have you here, but I got to be honest with you, right? I'm blessed to be like on my platform doing my content. I know you feel the same way. And I wanted to use the Ultimate 216 shows to kind of like highlight people in the city of Cleveland that's doing their thing. But as a Collinwood railroader, I never in a million years would have thought my first ever guest would be a damn Glenville Tarbloodder.
Hey, man, I'm sorry you went there, man. I'm sorry to hear that, man. You wasn't chosen.
Oh, man, how you doing, man? Thanks, man. Thanks for your time, bro. I know you're a busy man lately.
Yeah, I'm doing good, bro. Just got done recording, doing some promo. About to do some parlays in a minute, so I'm feeling good.
For sure, man. Before we get you out of here, man, we're going to have you bless our audience with a 4-leg parlay on that NBA slate, man.
Yeah.
I am subscribed, man. I do the $10 a day. You know what I'm saying? To see what the picks is.
25 a week, best value. You know.
For sure, man. So make sure you all are tuned in before he get up out of here. He's going to drop that parlay. Get your $5 or $10 ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they got some type of promos on FanDuel right now. Yeah. See if we can get some money. So, man, like, B Titty, man, tell me about your journey, bro. How did you get started? 16 years, right?
Yeah, man. I started doing videos like when I was working at McDonald's right after college. Started doing videos like on Facebook. I was just like, man, we gotta go viral. Went and brought like a little camcorder, and I was doing these videos called The Adventures of B Titty, and it was really me just roasting customers at McDonald's. That's how it was, like 2005, 2008, and then 2011. I went and did an open mic at this spot called the 1-2 Lounge. It was used to be on Lakeshore. And I went and did an open mic. I saw a flyer. The dude promoting the flyer, I had went to elementary school. He's promoting a comedian who I graduated high school with, Rob Ward. So that's like my best friend, my brother now, but he was on the flyer. And I'm like, all right, let me go do this open mic, perform. Rest is history, bro. I went every week, won a competition the 6th week, and then me and Rob Ward, we just been rocking ever since, man. So been doing that. And then I really started doing the skits like 2012. Like really started doing like organized skits. And I teamed up with my boy Kwame Vernon and my homegirl Ashley Renee. I teamed up with them two, and we started like doing skits and videos.
So that's dope, bro. Hey, I used to go to the 1-2 Lounge. I grew up on Lakeshore. I grew up on 148.
Yeah.
1-2 Lounge on the dollar Mondays.
Yeah, man.
Nights on Mondays.
That was the first place I performed at.
Yeah, man, that's dope. What's crazy is it's like I remember before I got my job with the city, I was learning the carpentry trade, and the black floor tile that was down. That was the first project I had ever did.
At the 1-2 Lounge?
The 1-2 Lounge.
Crazy, bro.
No cap, bro.
I come around though.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. So like the skits, man, the parlay ban list skits. Listen, Dude, you be having me in tears, bro. Like
I have to lose it.
The funniest one lately has been the Paul George. You know, Paul Nathan George should be parlays.
Paul Nathan George.
Yeah,
Paul, man.
So like it seemed like, man, those skits kind of like skyrocket you, man. And I know, like, when you trying to do something unique,
yeah,
you know, when you trying to do something that's outside of getting a good city job, good government job, to just be different, like it's a grind. Like it's one of those, like, you got to trust the process. It's a marathon. Talk about just like being in this game 16 years. You seem to be doing well, seem to be getting a lot of notoriety right now. Like, just stay in the course, because that's a lot of what my message be to people, man. Stay the course after your dreams, and just let that all come to fruition the natural way.
Yeah, man. So, like I said, I've been doing the videos. I've been doing stand-up comedy since 2011, and I've been doing it, man. I've been like, I feel like sometimes you feel like you're so super talented, and it's just like, man, what am I doing? I'm seeing stuff that's like, you know, and it's not hating, but you're like, damn, man, I'm seeing stuff that's not as detailed or the quality of what I'm doing. And it's like, I had to put the blinders on and just was like, I'm just going to work, man. I'm just going to keep putting out videos. And I've been doing skits. I have skits that have done like millions of views. But I never had skits that, like, once I got the views, the followers came behind it, because it's hard to get followers on Instagram. So earlier this year, bro, like, I had took, like, after December, I took like a 2-week, 3-week break from making videos. And I was just kind of different. I was doing this thing called Power Manifestation 369. So I was just writing down what I wanted to accomplish 3 times a day, 6 times in the afternoon. So I was just doing that. Like, I'm like, I've generated this amount of money from comedy. I just kept writing that down. And I was just like, man, what am I going to do? Because my buddy was telling me, like, bro, you super funny. You just don't have a niche. And I'm like, all right. So one day I'm in a group chat with my boy Kwame and my boy Juby. And we always be like, man, he banned. I ain't put him on another parlay. Like, we always be like, I'm done with him. So I had a parlay slip that I needed one player to hit $6,000. And lost it by 1 point. So I got on the thing, and I'm like, it was Donovan Mitchell. Matter of fact, it was the game. Sam Merrill had 28 points, 7 threes made. So I get on there, and I don't slander the Cavs because I'm a diehard Browns, Cleveland. So I'm just like, Donovan Mitchell, you one of my favorite players, but I'm not messing with the Cavs, bro. I'm like, you let Sam Merrill from Chase Bank come out, dude. I'm like, who the hell is Sam Merrill? That was my first time hearing about it. I'm like, so, and then I woke up the next day, bro. So January 16th was the first video. I had 9,000 followers. I woke up the next day, I was at 11,000. 300,000 views off the video. Now, I told y'all I got views before, but I never had the followers. So I said, I'm going to do another one. I'll do another one. 1,000, 2,000 followers. I said, I'm going to do another. Right? I'm DJ Khaled. I'm like, another one. Another one. And I just kept going, bro. And then it was just like, I knew I had something, because the amount of people that was reaching out to me, like, now sponsors is like, hey man, can we pay you to do videos? Can we pay you to do? And I told you I was manifesting that I'm going to make this money. I was just writing it down. I didn't know how I was going to do it. And then my boy Joshua, he hit me up. He was like, man, you're actually good at parlays. He was like, use the videos to get the people to subscribe to your channel. So then I started getting revenue from the skit videos, and then, like, the rest is history. And while I was doing it, I said, I'm gonna get seen in Cleveland, because I watched the UCSS every day. I'm like, they've seen my videos, man. I'm like, and bro, I was at a show and you DM me. You DM me, I swear to God. And I'm like, what the? I said, the Power of Manifestation. I said, bro, they going to see one of my videos, man. I got to get on there and talk to Bull.
What's so crazy is, like, you know, I'm really, I've been in this game. This is my third year going into my fourth year in this game. I'm 36, bro. And like, I remember working for the city of Cleveland for so long and do this. Dog, I quit my job and I went to school during COVID. Little did I know I was doing myself a favor because the way people consume media was about to change. And I remember like when I got out of school, I was blessed to land a job at 92.3 The Fan, but I was making like $10 an hour. And I was getting like 20 hours of paycheck. You know what I mean? So like, and I'm still like, you know, clawing and grinding. And what's crazy is like, you know, I reached out to you. I'm like, dude, I'm a fan of your work. You like, dude, I'm a fan of your work. And I'm like,
your work. I'm like, let's get it, man. You ain't even
so, you know, and this is what ultimately what I wanted to use this platform for. You know what I'm saying? It's I like people in this city that's really doing something. A lot of people feel like, man, they got to leave Cleveland to get on, right? And like, I'm a diehard sports fan.
Yeah.
I just do this for a living. Not saying that I'm going to like box myself in, but I can never see myself covering like sports mainstream for another team because I'm a Scorpio. I'm like one of those. I do it with passion. Or I'm not doing it at all. So like it hit like that, man. But like, congrats to you, bro. And like just keep turning it up. I mean, I love everything about your story except for the fact that you went to Glenville.
Hey man, if it make you feel better, I went to John Hay first.
It don't like it don't like
John Hay closed down, but I grew up on that side. Like I went to Patrick Henry, Captain Up the Roth. So I was just in that area, and I tried to switch it up at high school. I'm like, I'm tired of being around these dudes, man. Let me go to another school. I'm like, so I went to John Hay, and then they got closed down for fighting. So I'm going.
You grew up in like the Patrick Henry area?
Yeah.
Okay, I used to go to Second Lakeview Baptist Church as a kid.
Yeah, bro. I used to 126 in Brackland, 105 in Earl, 83rd Superior. So I grew up on by Lakeview Cemetery, Lakeview. I lived on Lakeview, so I grew up just on the east side of Cleveland.
That's what's up, man. So look, man, before we get you out of here, man, tell the people a little bit about your show that you got coming up next week. I'm pulling up on you.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. So we got. I told you my best friend Rob Ward, man. He's bringing a comedy night to the Cleveland Funny Bone. He's the first comedian in the city of Cleveland to get a night at that club. That's an 8-room club. So one Thursday out the month, Rob Ward Takeover Thursdays. We're doing March 14th. This show, we're having a comedy show, and it's highlighting the local comedians in the city. So it's an all Cleveland show. We got Cleveland James hosting it. I'm headlining it. I'm hosting it, so I'm going to be the special guest host. I was the first headliner for the show, but I'm going to be the special guest host for this show, March 14th at 7:00 p.m. at the Cleveland Funny Bone. And get tickets www.cleveland.funnybone.com. Get tickets on there. March 14th is going down. It's going to be hilarious. We got DJ Stroke hosting it. So if y'all familiar, tapped in the city, DJ Stroke, he one of the prominent DJs in the city. He's DJing. I'm hosting. Cleveland James is closing it, and we got some dope Cleveland talent on the show.
Yeah, man, there's some dope Cleveland talent, man, all over the city. So look, you know, I'm a FanDuel guy. UCSS is FanDuel. You FanDuel. I need you to bless the audience with a 4-leg parlay. But before you do that, man, y'all show B Titty some love, man. Like U216. Like, let them know, man. Go follow them right here, right now. Let them know where you watching from, man. 2 Clevelanders, man, that's really just trying to come up in the city, trying to make our name, and we trying to do it right here, man. I ain't going nowhere.
That's a fact.
I ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Before we get to that, man, make sure you subscribe to the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Make sure you are locked in on all the Ultimate spinoff shows, the Ultimate Brown Show, the Ultimate Guardian Show that's coming soon, the Ultimate Cavs Show with Jason Lloyd and my man Mikey McNuggets. Again, like, subscribe, ring the bell. Before you do this, man, McNuggets, did you watch the show today?
No, not yet. Not yet.
So when you see it, man, he called you Little Titty.
Hey,
McNuggets called you Little Titty. He said it's going to be Earl Da Pearl and Little Titty tonight. And
my name is Brian Tidwell, but everybody called me Tittywell growing up. And so that's how I got the name, by B Titty. So people used to be like, Titty? Yeah, it's based off my last name, Tittywell.
Hey, man, it's funny because I told my daughter, I was like, 2 Chainz's name used to be Titty Boy.
Yeah.
He said his name used to be what?
Yeah. I used to have like alter egos or like little parodies. My boy used to call because I used to have like 2 necklaces. He was like Titty 2 Chains. What's up? So yeah, so yeah, man.
All right, man. So what you got for the people, man? And this parlay, man, we putting it in on FanDuel. Shout out to the sponsor, FanDuel. What you got? Parlay for the night.
Let's go. So the four-leg parlay, we going with the old faithfuls, man. We going with Dallas. We going with one of my favorite point guards. We got Kyrie Irving over 20 points. We got Luka over 27 points. Luka over 6 rebounds, and Luka over 8 assists.
Okay, that's what we doing.
That's what we doing, man.
What we doing? I'm putting that joint in too, man. As soon as we log off.
If y'all do not friend me, man, you will be blocked.
Listen, bro, it was a pleasure having you on, man. Thank you for your time, man. Congrats to you on all your success. The onward or upward, man. I tell everybody all the time, man, be great and spread love. Being great come with a price. Spread love is priceless. Real quick, my boy Mike Allen, man, rest in peace. He used to ask this question. Be in an interview panel with 3 people, dead or alive, who would those 3 people be? And just for some preference, this is mine. Nipsey Hussle, Serena Williams, Minister Farrakhan.
Okay. Will Smith.
Okay.
Ooh. I was about to say Chris Rock, but I forgot the dynamic. He's like,
gonna work.
That'll be a work. Yeah, but I got people because Chris Rock my favorite comedian, and Will Smith was like my favorite. I was hurt when that happened. Will Smith, Floyd Mayweather, and Kevin Hart.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's B Titty, ladies and gentlemen, on the Ultimate 216 show. Bro, appreciate your time, and I'll catch you next time.
Appreciate it. Shout out to G Bush and the boy. I got it. Kenny Pickett sucks. All right.
All right, boss.
All right,
y'all. Shout out to B Titty, man, who joined me on the Ultimate 216 show. That was fun, man. That was fun. I got to get my stuff back together. Wait a minute. There we go. So what y'all think, man? First time that we had a guest on the show. Dude is hilarious. As you can see, man, he stayed down till he came up. Anytime that you're trying to do something special, anytime that you're trying to do something unique, success don't happen overnight, right? Like this is a marathon type thing, and you never really know when that moment gonna come. So imagine if you quit, right? Imagine if you gave up right before that big break happened. You know what I mean? Just keep putting in the work, man. 10 toes down. Keep grinding. Keep doing everything that you need to do to be a success in your own life. You know what I'm saying? To like make things happen in your own life. I've told y'all before, the last thing that you ever want to do is go to the grave knowing that you didn't at least attempt to do everything that it is you wanted to do in your life. Real quick, before I read some of these comments, man, shout out to Roderick, right? Who gave me this shirt right here, man, a rock. It's You Are Black Code Apparel, man. Shout out to him, man. Fire logo. Again, that's You Are Black. Oh, Lord have mercy. You Are Black Code Apparel, man. Hit him up. If you follow me on Instagram, it's the same thing as my Twitter account, Earl Da Pearl 216. You will see him tagged on a couple of my photos. Definitely do some great work. Go over there and order you an item or two. And before we get out of here, I just want to read some of these comments. We had a great show, right? Like, again, Johnathan Greenard. I think that's the player that Andrew Berry needs to go throw some serious dollars at. You know, last year, 12 and a half sacks, 15 tackles for loss, coming off a career year. The defensive line coach that used to be in Houston is now here in Cleveland. And I know he had success playing opposite of Will Anderson Jr. last year, but man, playing opposite of Myles Garrett, that hit a whole lot different versus playing opposite somebody that's going into their second year. And then a dude that a lot of people was not high on that I think can actually be a huge contributor to the Cleveland Browns, Gabe Davis. Again, 7 touchdowns last year, 25 years old. He's a 6'2", 225 pounds. This dude is a deep threat wide receiver, and he scored at least 6 touchdowns in every season that he's been in the NFL. If you look at the Cleveland Browns over the years, our leading touchdown receiver last season was 5. The year before that, Amari had 9. The number two was Donovan Peoples-Jones with 3. In 2021, no Browns receiver caught over 4 touchdowns. So before people are quick to sneeze that they don't want Gabe Davis, he might be an upgrade over a lot of stuff that you've had in the past. Just something to think about. Man, we got a couple minutes. Appreciate y'all time. Appreciate y'all for joining me. Definitely had a lot of fun. Jason Garrett says Gabe Davis doesn't move the needle. No disrespect to him, but he's just another guy. Aubrey Dosage, y'all cooking up a parlay for the night. Yeah, man, definitely go back and check this out. He definitely cooked up a 4-leg parlay. I know I'm putting it in as soon as I get off the air. He said, aren't we all every? My man McNuggets, Earl and Little Titty, must see TV. He said Gabe is the last choice here. Soul Train says, I live 9 miles from UCF. If the Browns get Gabe Davis, of course I'm getting his jersey. See, not everybody is out on Gabe, and I think Gabe actually can come in and help lead the Browns to where they want to go. Again, it ain't the biggest name, it ain't the sexiest name, but I think the dude can come in here and he can be productive. Leave your comments, drop the U216. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what you thought of this episode. If you got some gear, if you somebody that's a small business owner, entrepreneur, you got some apparel, and you want me to rock it, reach out to me, man. Let me know. I'll definitely rock it in future episodes. Somebody that you might want to see on this show that you know in the city that's out here really shaking and moving and doing something, let me know. As always, man, I love y'all. Till next time, make sure you spread love and be great. Remember, being great, that thing come with a price. Spreading love is priceless. I'm out.